Good morning. Day 113. Cooking down the freezer and the pantry. Still at it. So yesterday I did a little shop for perishables. Those are outside of the challenge. And I did pick up one thing for the freezer. I'm trying different things in as far as when I see something new, but I'm not stocking up on anything. So I did buy some chicken fries that are not chicken from Aldi's because they sounded interesting and I wanted to try them. And then I did buy the Beyond Chicken and the Impossible Chicken, but that was last week. So, but that's it for the shop for this month, and I should have plenty of food to get me through. I bought a pizza yesterday, and I ended up cooking it, so now I have 4 chunks of pizza that I'll be eating up this week, because I didn't want to put it in the freezer, and the price was decent. So that's how I've been shopping lately, and we'll see how that goes. So how are you guys doing on your cooking down the freezer and the pantry? Are you making any progress? I hope so, if that's what you're doing. And if you're just watching because you're curious, that's great too. I'm curious. I don't know how this project's going to work out. I'm so used to having 2 freezers that it's really a challenge for me to only have one. Like the pizza that I bought. That wouldn't even fit in my freezer. So because my refrigerator is a side-by-side, it's a fairly large refrigerator. But even so, my freezer is not that big. So I don't know with my garden what kind of yield I'm going to have this year. Usually I just grow enough food to get me through the summer, salads and you know, things like that. So if I did have a higher yield than that, I don't even know how I would store that food unless I dehydrated it, which is a possibility, because I do have a couple of dehydrators, and I don't mind doing that, but I never got into canning much. I have the equipment, so I may have to do that, but I don't have tons and tons of canning jars. So, and last year, the lids were really hard to find, and this year, it's ridiculous what they're charging for canning lids. It's like $6 last time I looked for, what is it, a dozen canning lids? That's highway robbery. But it seems like nowadays everything is highway robbery. So anyway, I'm not sure yet what I'm having for breakfast today, but there's plenty of food in there. So I'll be back with breakfast, day 113, in a little bit. Breakfast, day 113. Let's see. If you guys are wondering what these boxes are doing there, every once in a while, my little buddy decides he needs to relieve himself. So I want to keep him away from my furniture. So that's why I keep those boxes there. I know it looks terrible, but half the things I put in my living room look terrible, like those boxes on the chairs and those pillows, because I don't want the dogs on there. So I put up barricades, and when company comes, it all goes away. Same thing with my sofa. I put some pillows up there so they can't get up there, because Chloe likes to get up there and then she messes it all up. Yeah, life with dogs. Anyway, back to my breakfast. let's see what we can find. Oh, we got lots in there now. So I made the pizza yesterday because it was thawed and I don't have room in my freezer for a pizza. So I figured I'd cook this up and it'll be a couple meals. I cut it in quarters because that's all I'll eat at one sitting. So I'm going to have a piece of that. And I'm going to have some of this cucumber that needs to be eaten up before it goes bad. Cucumbers don't last that long. If you guys have any ideas what to do with cucumbers, leave me a comment below. Besides making pickles, I don't know, any of you ever cook cucumbers? Saute them? I think I did that a long time ago and it was good. I'll have to try that again. Anyway, back to this. So that's going to be my bread. I still have to pack up my romaine and put my green onions in the glass. I have this older romaine that I need to eat. So I'm going to have that. And it's brunch time for me, so if it seems weird what I'm having for breakfast, that's why. So I need to wrap these up and do something with the jicamas. Some of you have said you just eat them raw and put some lemon or salt. Or I'm going to try them with a little tahini. Maybe that would be good. I don't know, but I'm going to cut them up. So anyway, I think that's what I'm going to go for today. And of course my coffee. All right. I will meet you at the stove. Okay, here we are at the stove. This is a quarter of the pizza, and I just warmed it up in the microwave a little bit. This pizza is very bready, and it doesn't have a whole lot of stuff on the top. So I thought to myself, you know how you can get a veggie sub at Subway? Well, I'm going to make this pizza a la veggie sub at Subway. Okay, so I'm going to put cucumber, and I want to add some peppers. And the rest of this, I cut up the rest of my romaine, and that'll be a salad for tonight. Okay, so we've got that, and I wanted some green olives with pimento, and this already melted the cheese a little bit. I know, strange breakfast, but I'm not a traditional breakfast eater all the time. And besides that, it's already brunch time. So I'm going to put on some green onions. Not green onions, red onions. That'll be good. And some pepper. And some garlic salt. I always like to put salt and pepper on my salad, even though I do have a dressing that I put on it. So there's that. Then I have this tiny bit of Gerard's left. Just going to drizzle a little bit. Oops, I forgot the lettuce. Got to have some lettuce on my not Subway sub. I know, this is going to be hard to keep together, but whatever falls off I'll eat as a salad. Just a drizzle of that, and then some ranch. This is how I order my Subway sandwiches. Of course with cheese on them, but the pizza has cheese, so alright. So let's see how this is going to work. We're just going to put that on top. almost like a calzone now. It's a pizza cake. And the rest of this will go into my salad. All right. Let's take a bite. And that's not going to be easy. Just picking it up isn't going to be easy. But it looks good. All right, here we go. Going in. That's pretty good. You could also do it open face. Might be a little easier to eat. But yeah, this is going to be my brunch. All right. There we have it. Breakfast, day 113. Good morning, day 114. So yesterday, day 113, everybody wants to feed me. So I had planned a day at home, doing what I have to do, and my mom called, and she says, you know what, I'm losing weight. I need to go have something to eat. So she said, do you want to meet me at the Olive Garden? Well, how do you say no to that? She's 93. Okay, so now my refrigerator is just stocked full of leftovers. Leftover pizza that I made, leftover salad, leftover Olive Garden. I'm not complaining. I'm blessed to have all this food, but I can only eat so much at one time. So anyway, that's what happened to me yesterday. So I figured I would just combine the 2 days because today my plan is to stay home, and hopefully I can do that. But we'll see. We'll see what the day brings. I'd rather spend time with my loved ones than here at home. So anyway, I'll show you my packed to the gills refrigerator when I figure out what I'm having for breakfast on day 114. So I'll be back in a little bit and we'll take a look. But first I have to put cream in my coffee. So the sun is at least shining, which is good. But we're supposed to be getting rain for the next few days. So I kind of wanted to get out in the yard, but I have so much going on here inside now. I don't know if that'll happen. All in good time. All in good time. So there we go. Nice steamy hot cup of coffee. Good morning. Day 114. So wait until you see what's all in my refrigerator. It's out of control. Somebody help me. I need to have a party. Okay, anyway, I have biscuits here that I opened up, made for my grandson yesterday. He wanted some biscuits and eggs. I've got a salad from Olive Garden up there. Got my grapes. Got my broth, my homemade broth. Still have pizza. I think I'm going to eat one more piece and freeze the other two. I can't eat all this food before it expires. I still have a little tomato sauce that I turned into pizza sauce. The couple of petrified lemons that I squeezed the other day. This is just some pulp from my yogurt. I should freeze that. Got an onion here. Oh, let's see. Lots of cheese. Got that going on. And then down here, I had made another salad before my mom called and asked if I wanted to go to Olive Garden with her. So I've got another salad. I've still got my soup. I may have to end up sticking some of that in the freezer. I was told these are not jicamas, they're rutabagas. I thought that was pretty funny. So I guess I should research rutabagas because I don't eat those either. Still have my yogurt. Still lots of bread. This is my 5-cheese ziti. That was a take-home meal. That was like, the added $6 take-home meal. And still lots of produce. I still haven't wrapped up my lettuce. I need to do that today. I've got like a million things to do. I hope nobody calls me and says, hey, let's go do this. Still have carrots. I need to eat this avocado because I bought new ones. Apples and oranges, they still look good. Carrots still look good. So lots and lots and lots of food in here. All right, well, I think this morning I'm going to have my avocado that needs to be eaten. And I'm going to have some bread with that. I still have quite a bit of bread, quite a few rolls, so they need to get eaten. And I think I'm going to have some of my yogurt. Hopefully this doesn't all fall on the floor. I have some of my yogurt with some grapes. All right, I'll be plugging away at this refrigerator for days. All right, I will meet you at the stove. Breakfast, I'm planting and soaking, and I got this grapevine from Walmart, and I'm soaking that, but look what a nice growth that has already. So I have a plan for out in my backyard. I have a fencings up, and I want to plant like maybe 4 grapevines there, and hopefully the little critters won't eat all my grapes, but that'll probably happen. Anyway, I have this teeny tiny avocado. I've never seen such a little seed in an avocado. It is really tiny. So I'm going to have that for breakfast with a slice of my bread. Yeah, I can't believe all the food that I have again in my refrigerator. It just happens. I really, I accumulate things, abundance of things. So, do you guys believe in putting out what you want into the universe, and do you believe it will come back to you? I do. I believe in that. I don't know. It's worked for me, knock on wood. Hopefully it continues to. Alright, I'm going to toast this and do up my avocado. I'll probably have 2 pieces. That sounds good to me since it's such a tiny avocado. And then I'm going to have some yogurt too. So I'll be back after I get this toasted up and mashed up, and be back. Alright, so here is my breakfast, avocado toast, and I just put lemon pepper in my avocado with some extra pepper, and then my yogurt with 2 sweeteners, some grapes, and some cinnamon sugar sprinkled on top. That's my new favorite way to eat it. And then my teeny tiny avocado seed. It's about the size of a grape. I don't think I've ever seen one that small. Alright, I'm going to eat my breakfast. Dinner day 114. Okay, let's get some of this stuff out of this refrigerator. Alright, I'm going to have my leftover Olive Garden. This is the salad that I had left over, so I'm going to have that. I don't need any bread. I need to lose some weight. I'd like to lose about 12-15 pounds. That would be great. But with all this food in here, that's going to be a challenge. Okay, this is my take-home Olive Garden. So I'm going to have some of that. I'll probably only eat half because this is a lot of food. Okay, that's it for now. Okay, I will meet you at the stove. Okay, so yesterday at Olive Garden, I had, my favorite dish there is the eggplant parmesan. So that's what I had, and we had the luncheon serving size. So they have 2 eggplants in there. It's smaller than the dinner one, but was more than enough. So I stuck my other one in here. Doesn't that look good? So I can't eat all this in one sitting. So I'm just going to divide it in half, have the eggplant and that, and then I'll look and see what the salad looks like, because they have dressing on there. A lot of times I don't like it once it's, but I think I may add some fresh romaine to this. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the lunch deal at Olive Garden, it's a pretty good deal. I forget if this was $8.99 or $9.99, but of course it had different pasta with it. But then you can also order the $6 takeout to go along with that. And with that, that's another 2 meals for me. So for $6, I got 2 meals. Of course, it's limited as to which ones you can take out. But, yeah, so this meal today was like a $3 meal because of the pasta. And so depending on what you get when you eat out, it's not always real expensive. And I just learned something really funny about my phone. I was always a little frustrated because I had to turn the phone off in order to use the front and the back camera. But now I learned how to switch it back and forth. All right, well, that's neither here nor there. So this is the salad that I cut up yesterday because I was going to eat this yesterday. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this to this because this is kind of like a wilted salad now. But it's still edible. But I'm just going to add a little bit of this crunchy stuff to it. And then this will be enough for another meal for me too for tomorrow because it's still nice and fresh. All right, so that's what I'm having for dinner. Day 114. So I finally got to spend a little time in my garden today. It wasn't real warm, but it was warm enough that, you know, I could spend some time out there. So I did some reassessing of how I'm going to set things up. I need some new fencing for the dogs. What I have out there is looking pretty beat up. It's kind of a hodgepodge of trellises and other things that you just stick in the ground. Here where I live, you can't have a permanent fence. So I kind of just made a hodgepodge of, but it doesn't look real good. So I went on Amazon today and looked at my options, and they make dog playpens that are pretty sturdy, and I already have some of that type of fencing out there. And it's temporary, and you can string them together, and each panel is 2 feet wide and it's 8 feet long. No, that's wrong. It's 8 panels that are 2 feet wide, so it's 16 feet long. And it's $63 for one set of 8. So I thought, well, and that's for 48 inches high. So that's plenty high enough to keep my dogs in the yard. Plus that, I need fencing to keep them out of the garden too. So, but, you know, I don't want it to look trashy, for lack of a better term. And right now, I mean, I know it's spring and everything is looking dirty and yucky. When I went out there, it was like, I need to do a little something with this too. So I need to take down that old fencing and put up some new, just so that it looks better, because if they don't like what you do in your yard, they send you a nastygram. So I don't want a nastygram. And I don't like the way it looks. So that's even more important to me. I don't like the way it looks. So in the garden, I need to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I figured out I have plenty of pots. I've got a lot of pots. But I'm going to have to move my garden that doesn't produce anything because it's in the shade. I have to move all those containers over into the sunny spot. So I've really got my work cut out for me out in the garden. But little bits at a time. I did get a little bit of cleanup done today. And whenever the weather's nice, I'll go out there and work a couple of hours as long as I can. And we'll see how it goes. But I've said it before, I'm a very visual person. I like things to look nice. I like them to be cohesive. I like an eclectic style, but I don't like a hodgepodge of things that don't go together. It's very unpleasant for me to look at, so. But anyway, so I wasn't planning on going out at all this week. I mean, I did do my monthly shop, and that took me 2 days. So, but I got that done, and then I had to go over Tom's house and help him with his internet, and then my mom called and wanted to go out to eat. So I'm missing my house time, because all winter long I kind of stayed home a lot. So now that spring is here, everybody is wanting to do things. So anyway, other than getting things cleaned up and you know, I do have the one project in the kitchen that I want to do and put up the new fencing in the yard. But other than that, I'm going to stop doing projects because I can't do projects and maintain my house too. I just don't have the energy to do it. and there's lots of things that need to be cleaned up. And every spring and fall I have to sort of redo my garage because I just store all my outside stuff in the garage. I'm talking about plants and pots and those sorts of things. And I'm trying to keep everything on the cheap as much as I can. Not because I'm cheap necessarily, but I don't like to spend a lot of money on any one thing. So, what are you guys doing for the springtime? Are you doing any spiffing up of your house, of your garden, doing some DIY projects? What are you guys up to? So anyway, hopefully I'll get back to a less hectic running around schedule this coming up week, and we'll see. All right, my friends, I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.